Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Battle of the Sexes. And this is the Billie Jean King film about her big tennis match against Bobby Riggs, or at least that's what the trailer wants you to believe. There's a lot more going on in this film than just that tennis match, and it's for the better. And I absolutely love this film. This trailer came out and I was super excited, and honestly this turned out to be one of my favorite films of the year so far. So let's talk about it. Now, this was directed by Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Faris, who created Little Miss Sunshine, and they bring that talent that they brought to that film to this one, and really brought a strong balance of storytelling, because this film has a lot going on. It's trying to hit on Billie Jean King versus the establishment of tennis, Billie Jean King and her love life, and then you have Bobby Riggs and what he's going through and how he's trying to get back on track, and how this film goes so fluidly through everything and keeps everything so balanced. I thought it was fantastic. And then it moves really well. And you never feel like you're slogging along anywhere. You stay where you need to stay just long enough for you to get what you need. And then you have the tone does everything justice. It's able to balance. There's some super serious scenes dealing with some serious issues. And then there's very heartwarming scenes of love and loss and trying to balance one's needs and how their feelings and what they need in their lives and everything, and even is able to balance in a great sports movie. Does all these things in such a great way, and it is emotionally resonant. I really felt for Billie Jean King and her lover that she meets in this film, and you do feel for her husband, you do feel for Bobby Riggs and what he's trying to do in his life, even though he's not the greatest of guys, but you do feel for him, and this film's able to balance that. And Linus Sandgren, who was the DP on this film, the director of photography, this is beautifully shot film. The camera work is fantastic. It has a thoroughly retro look through it that threads through the whole entire film, even the opening credits and all the early, all the production company little things at the beginning of the film were like the old school ones, and they're able to make this really feel like this is a film that came out in the 70s, and I thought that was really cool. And looking specifically at the tennis scenes in this film, it made me want to go watch tennis. I'm like, holy crap, I never want to watch tennis. And they were really well shot, they were intense, and they really got you on the edge of your seat, which is an important thing for a sports movie. And then when you get into the writing, which was done by Simon Beaufry, it's very well balanced, as I mentioned, trying to balance each of these things. And the love story in this film works so well. And then the story of Bobby Riggs' redemption works so well. And them dealing with sexism and homophobia in really real ways, and how there's some overt stuff, but there's also just underlying things on how people just believed and felt. And it balances that all so well in this film and is able to tell a really intriguing story. And they're deep, interesting characters. Even Bobby Riggs, played by Steve Carell, who you would think is just a scumbag, but you really understand him. And then you have Bill Pullman's character, who runs the the sport of tennis here in America and the National Pro Association, and he doesn't feel like a stereotype, but he feels real enough in that time to realize how deep-seated these prejudices were against women. And you really feel how she's afraid to reveal that she loves women because how much ridicule she could go through, and trying to balance the dutifulness of her husband and this new woman that she absolutely loves, and also the conflict between her people in her life who love her and who she loves, and her true love, which is tennis. And is still able to balance everything and really tell a really thorough, resonating story. And that was fantastic. And then we take a look at the score, which is strong and affecting score, especially in the sports scenes. It makes it really intense. Nicholas Brittle did a fantastic job, and then the music choices for the time period were spot on and made you really feel engrossed in this time period. And then three big shout outs I'm going to give: Emma Stone and Steve Carell both did amazing, and honestly, They could both deserve Best Actor nominations. Emma Stone, I didn't once think sitting there was like, this is Emma Stone. This was Billie Jean King, and I was really impressed. And then Andrea Riseborough, who plays her lover, I thought she did an amazing job, and the two of them had such impeccable chemistry, and you believed it from the second they started flirting all the way to the point where they were together. And that was that was really powerful and impactful to me. And then taking a look at my closing thoughts, the it factor of Battle of the Sexes, this is a fantastic mix of biopic, love story, and sports film, all rolled into one that has an opinion and shares some deep themes and interesting characters. I love this film, so go out and see Battle of the Sexes. I give this film an A+.